1,000-foot dive story, the exciting journey to the first dive reaching 1,000 feet underwater. Imagine sinking into darkness, pressure rising, light fading, your life hanging on just a few millimeters of steel in your own lungs. Today, diving 1,000 feet underwater sounds extreme but possible, but in the early 20th century it was madness. Welcome to the 1,000-foot dive story, the exciting journey to the first dive reaching 1,000 feet underwater. This video explores the groundbreaking achievement of the first 1,000-foot dive. Discover the challenges, technology, and the brave pioneers who made it possible. In this video, we explore a groundbreaking achievement that changed underwater exploration forever. The first dive to 1,000 feet. We'll uncover the near-impossible challenges, the revolutionary technology, and the courageous pioneers who made it possible. This is more than just a tale of science. It's a story of human resilience and ambition beneath the sea. Hard hat divers and early limits. Diving in metal helmets was the early method, but divers quickly hit the depth limits due to pressure and equipment. Let's start at the beginning. In the early days of diving, hard hat divers wore metal helmets connected to surface air pumps. It was a crude but brave approach. However, this method had major limitations. Divers quickly hit depth limits. The deeper they went, the more dangerous it became. Equipment was heavy, fragile, and simply not built for the crushing pressure of the deep sea. Pressure and physiological challenges. At great depths, the human body faces huge pressure changes and risks like nitrogen narcosis, requiring new approaches. Even if the gear held up, the human body didn't. At great depths, our physiology starts to fail. One serious threat is nitrogen narcosis, also known as rapture of the deep, a condition that affects judgment and coordination. Breathing compressed air at depths brings real risk, and if we were to explore deeper, we would need a whole new approach. Need for new tools and gases. To go deeper, divers needed better gear and special gas blends to survive the pressure and avoid sickness. To survive the pressure and avoid sickness, divers needed more than just courage. They needed better tools and, more importantly, special gas blends. This was the turning point in deep-sea diving, a move from brute strength to careful science. Introduction of helium-oxygen mixtures. Helium and oxygen gas mixtures help divers avoid nitrogen narcosis and breathe safely at great depths. The first major breakthrough came with the use of helium and oxygen mixtures. Unlike nitrogen, helium didn't cause narcosis, so breathing a mix of helium and oxygen allowed divers to descend deeper while staying clear-headed and conscious. Decompression chambers and safety. Decompression chambers allowed divers to safely adjust to surface pressure, reducing risk from deep dives. Another vital innovation was the decompression chamber. This allowed divers to gradually readjust to surface pressure after a deep dive, reducing the risk of decompression sickness, or the bends as it's called, which can be deadly if a diver descends too quickly. Diving bell gateway. The diving bell is a pressurized capsule lowered into the sea that allows divers to travel safely between the surface and deep underwater locations. And perhaps the most iconic tool is the diving bell. The pressurized capsule could be lowered from a ship to great depths, acting like a deep-sea elevator. It protected divers from pressure changes of the ocean and opened the door to longer, deeper underwater missions. Dr. George F. Bond. Navy physician George F. Bond pioneered saturation diving, allowing divers to live for long periods at depth and reducing decompression risks. Now, let's meet the pioneers who made deep diving history. One of the most important figures was Navy physician Dr. George F. Bond, the father of saturation diving. His research proved that divers could live underwater for days or weeks, eliminating the need for repeated decompression and making deep work possible. Sea Lab habitats. The Sea Lab project placed underwater habitats on the seafloor, letting divers live and work for extended periods like underwater space stations. Bond's work led to the Sea Lab projects, where underwater habitats were placed on the ocean floor. These were like space stations beneath the sea, allowing teams of divers to live and work at depth. for extended periods. It was a bold and dangerous and revolutionary strategy. 1972 dive by Sly McLeish. Sly McLeish made history by stepping out of a dive bell and walking on the sea floor at 1,000 feet, proving humans could function at extreme depth. In 1972, a diver named Sly McLeish made history. He stepped out of a diving bell and walked on the sea floor at 1,000 feet. It was a milestone. McLeish's mission proved that humans could function at extreme depths, defying what was once thought possible. Human work at depth. McLeish's dive showed humans could survive and operate at 1,000 feet, pushing the limits of underwater exploration and work. McLeish's success changed everything. His dive showed that humans could survive and operate at 1,000 feet, unlocking new possibilities in underwater exploration, research, and industry. Commercial saturation diving. This breakthrough led to commercial saturation diving, where divers live in a pressurized habitat and perform complex tasks underwater for weeks. This laid the foundation for commercial saturation diving, where divers now live in pressurized environments for weeks at a time, maintaining oil rigs, laying deep-sea underwater cables, and exploring the deep. Progress and records. The current working dive record is 1,752 feet, but it all began with the bold leap of the first 1,000-foot dive in 1972. Today, the working dive record stands at 1,752 feet, an astonishing feat, but it all began with a bold leap in 1972, the first 1,000-foot dive. The first 1,000-foot dive was a mix of courage, science, and innovation. It opened new frontiers in diving, showing humans can survive and work deep underneath the sea. But in the end, the first 1,000-foot dive was a perfect storm of courage, science, and innovation. It shattered boundaries and opened new frontiers in diving. It proved that humans can not only survive, but work and explore and thrive deep underneath the sea. Thanks for diving into history with us. If you found this video fascinating, hit that like button, subscribe for more history meets science deep dives, and let us know your thoughts or questions in the comments below. See you next time. My name is Daisy, and this has been The Daisy Show. Thank you for watching The Daisy Show. The Daisy Show enjoys your company. The Daisy Show is always fun. With The Daisy Show, there is much learning. Thank you for watching The Daisy Show. The Daisy Show is so much fun. Thank you for coming to learn with us at The Daisy Show. We love to see you next time at The Daisy Show. Thank you for joining us here at The Daisy Show. The Daisy Show loves to have you. Thank you, and watch next time. Thank you, The Daisy Show.